president and his former deputy there, dominating most of the front pages today. Bwana Sossion, a lot that has happened over the past few months, culminating in the impeachment of the president or the deputy president, appear to have completely lionized Rigathi Gachagua. Do you see this, the unveiling of a party, as a further problem for the president?
I don't think Gachagua has been lionized anyway, because he's speaking from Mount Kenya, nowhere else. Speaking from Wamunyoro village. And Kenya is not Wamunyoro village. Kenya is Kenya, and it is a territory or a republic of over 42 ethnic communities. While it is within the right of anybody to form a political party, join a political party, I don't think anything around Gachagua is anything to take so seriously, because this is a man whose political thinking as philosophy, the substratum, is founded on hate and the fact that he was impeached. He was impeached by Parliament, and unanimously by huge numbers within Parliament, both the National Assembly and the Senate. And so he should be grappling with the impeachment charges in which he was found guilty. And so, to me, any logically thinking Kenyan who believes in transparent democratic governance cannot be attracted to such an arrangement. And you see, it is always very easy when people have a perceived common enemy to try and coalesce. And this is what we are seeing. It is not any different from the NASA coalition, which was stitched. It was so artificial, but still it could not penetrate the democratic judgment or nor overturn the democratic judgment of the people of Kenya. So let anybody with a political party and with intentions, if you even listen to the words that Rigathi Gachagua is using, is even out of the context of normal, ordinary politics. It's bitterness of the highest order, and the words are very uncivil and not ordinary in any way. So really, this will be a political party of headed by an impeached, bitter loser, and there is no other political philosophy within that kind of arrangement, and that is not going to change anything. I think what is important at the moment, to me, within the Kenya Kwanza alliance and arrangement, the president should not be distracted by these activities. Those who want to do whatever,
even when his own party is weakening?
No. I don't think the party is not getting weakened by any standard. It's not getting weakened.
A lot of people have left the party, UDA.
No, it is not getting weakened. The philosophy remains strong, and the better agenda remains in place, and the president should be more bothered with transforming agriculture, MSME, ICT, housing, delivering housing, UHC. I think that is what the president should be able to push. The president should not be distracted by these political that is happening around.
To dismiss this as inconsequential, the formation of a new party by Rigathi Gachagua?
Of course, anyone who knows how our politics works out knows that today is quite significant, because about 17% of Kenya's population comes from Mount Kenya. And that, in itself, of course, translates to votes. And Mount Kenya is one of those very politically woke regions where the voters there mobilize in good numbers. They are very civically engaged. So you can't wish away what Gachagua is doing today and what his party... but this is the nightmare scenario that the impeachment did not foresee. Because everyone was told that Gachagua would actually dissipate and go out of circulation within 2 weeks. That was the currency that informed the gusto with which the impeachment was done. that once we send away this man, within 2 weeks he'll be forgotten and gone. He is actually lived to come and haunt the people who thought that way. And today, a number of pro-William Ruto members of parliament from Mount Kenya are really worried. Some of them have actually decided not to run, like Wamumbi, for example, coming from Madira. He's decided he will not seek another term. So this is quite significant because, again, I'm trying to think, look at ODM on the other side. Of course, somebody will say that you do away with Rigathi Gachagua and replace him with Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga, the person, came into BBG. The 10-point agenda that they signed at KICC has nothing to do with them forming a coalition. All of us in our mind, of course, we know that there is a partnership. But somehow Raila Odinga with a few people came and joined William Ruto. But the base, the ODM base, has never moved to government. And that is why you actually now, for the first time, find sentiments that you wouldn't hear from Raila Odinga. Long time ago, not long time ago. Until BBG, policy direction, ideological direction, even programmatic level within ODM, Raila will not have to come out and explain anything. You will see it self-enforcing. Now, today we have got opposing voices. The supporter, the Raila Odinga supporter, the ODM supporter, has remained where they were in 2022. A few leaders, of course, have come to BBG. And that's why now you find now Raila Odinga going out to explain things that Raila last explained 20 years ago. He's now going back to explain, okay, we are not here, we are not with them, sifuna usikue chungu sana. That is not the Raila Odinga of old. He will not have to take time to explain himself. And that also speaks to the dent that William Ruto has actually done to, number one, to the person of Raila Odinga, and then to the party that is ODM. So, whatever way you look around, no one can actually wish Gachagua away. He's actually going to be a serious problem to the president of the day, or rather to the president's aspiration of having a second term. And by the way, Rigathi is a first-term MP who became a deputy president. He is likely to become the first person who forms a party shortly and makes a president, a Kenyan president, a one-term president. I know that is one thing that people really don't want to talk about, especially the people who are supporting government, but the reality of a one-term presidency is so real. Because almost 50% of William Ruto's votes were from Mount Kenya. Mm-hmm. So you can't say that you lost 50%, you have no plan on how to reduce that. They have politically underinvested in Western Kenya, for example, persecuted people from Western Kenya, and then you hope somehow